I wait until we find the 7 ice spiders, and that's when I'm gonna get them.
Yes. These ice spiders probably don't have anything except incidental stuff.
I will move on.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All right.
I'm happy to move on.
Okay. The next hour as you go along, and it's still, and it looks like you're at least 8 or 9 hours away from the monolith area with the way out. The third hour, as you're going along, nothing seems to be coming out or coming to you as you're going through it. It's getting really cold, and you can tell on the fourth hour, nothing's come, and I want each of you to roll a saving throw versus poison. And if you fail it, then we're going to give you some frostbite damage.
And that's a 6.
No, it's it's a 20.
Oh, it's a 20. Okay.
Okay, you don't have saving throws written on your characters?
No, I do.
Okay. I'm just giving you against poison.
Wait, do we all?
Yes, everybody rolls.
And you still need a figure, Justin.
Okay, I'll grab one.
I'm not sure. We have the saves written, but not the plus to the roll or minus to the roll.
Okay. Well, they might have been figured out. That's if the character was all done. Because there's no more magic items. So I have to.
Yeah, I have a ring that gives me plus 2, but
Yeah,
that.
whether it's built in. So again, to give you the idea, what's your straight up character, magic user?
Yep.
Okay, magic user of the 5th level?
Yep.
Okay, do your saving throws say 14 or does it say 12 to start with?
14.
Okay, then you do need to add the changes because it goes 14, 13, 11, 15, 12.
Correct.
And your ring will apply plus 2 to all of those.
To all of those, great.
Okay. Does anybody else need stats filled in for their character that aren't on their sheet? Like saving throws?
I think
Yes.
all my stats are
Okay.
filled.
And you're a split class?
Yes.
Okay.
Fighter/thief.
Okay. The fighter level is 3 or 4? Are they both 4 or what?
Fighter is 4, thief is 5.
Okay. 4 and 5. Gotcha. All right. So for the first one, you're going to have a 12. For the next one, you have an 11. For the next one, you have a 12. For the next one, you have a 15. And for the last one, you had a 13. So it's always been your thief were the better in those cases.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I was looking at both and going for the best to make sense. Okay.
You know what you got.
All right. So at this point, what it is it's just seeing if you start taking some frostbite. If you fail, it's 1 to 4 hit points of damage that you're taking right now. Okay, Nicole. So, Justin, you took 3 points. of cold damage. Oh, freezing cold damage. Ooh. And you're trying to get them back in, and you start working at your fingers or toes, and you got to put stuff back on because they get exposed again. It's just you start itchy. I know so much with neuropathy a lot about these feelings. But I beat cancer, so. And a couple days from now, the port comes out. So,
Great.
Yeah, finally.
Congratulations.
That's a good moment.
I,
You know,
when
it's
I
right
rolled
there.
the 20-sided die, I got a 10.
You got a 10. So then you look there. It probably means you're taking a few points of damage.
You get higher than a 12 or higher.
Okay. So he didn't. So you took 4 points of damage on your character now. There's healing in the future potentially, but right now you're just it's like oh damn, I wish I would have written some warm clothes or something down when I had the chance. Okay. All right. So then we'll go on. And at this point, I'm sure you guys try to eat a little bit, but there's no way to even get a fire going unless you have something that's magical because the wind is so blowing and it's so cold and there's no combustible unless you bring your own thing.
I only have a lantern.
Use
That's all
a
I have.
scroll if people really need to eat non-frozen food. I got a scroll for create food which would be enough to at least keep us from starving.
There you go.
Well, right now you're not starving because you all have food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm just trying to avoid the whole eating frozen section.
Frozen Wizard is not very tasty.
Yeah.
I the only thing that could start a fire, but I don't think it could, is a lamp. I only have a lantern.
Well,
You got flint?
yeah, you would have to start the fire, but the trouble is you'd have to try to somehow get a way to block out all this breeze. Think of
Yeah,
like 30-mile-an-hour winds blowing around. You ever watch the old Flash Gordons? They always had that, but Buster
yeah.
Crab with the wind blowing.
It's like one of those lanterns when you can turn a knob and a fire comes on.
Now, what happens with this is that you can pull like a little lever and it opens up a door so that you can see out, and you can also shut it to make it dark again. That's called the bullseye lantern. Okay, so you're able to open up something. Okay, so now the 5th hour. The 5th hour is you're marching along. The 6th hour. The 7th.
Marching's going great.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it's
everybody.
cold.
Marching is going
Yeah,
well.
it's like, oh, just like 8 hours in this cold or whatever. It looks like you're gonna have to try to figure out a way to. You still, unless you're willing to just walk through the. It's getting dark, and it's whether you're willing to walk through the night, or you might not be able to still have your bearings, or if you want to try to somehow.
Set up camp.
Okay, how are you? Okay.
Okay, could we try to dig in the snow to make like some sort of like snow cave, or make a little hole where the wind couldn't get to the fire?
Sure, you could try. There's a lot of you.
Yeah,
started-
I want to try that. It is way too cold.
I showed them how to make an igloo.
All right.
One brick at a time.
Everybody would just have one more saving throw for the cold.
Oh, God.
It must have warmed up a little bit because I saved by a bigger margin this
I
time.
made that one by one.
I
Made
did
it.
not
I
make
didn't
it.
make it.
D20.
I didn't make it. Dang it.
And so,
I
Just a
didn't
little
make it.
skin.
There, he'll get you.
Just one thing.
Yeah, the one. 9 more to go.
that spells down a little off.
About that.
Okay, so throughout the night. Okay, good.
Wait, you didn't roll for me. I didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
Ah, you didn't make it.
Rob didn't either.
3 points of damage. And
no,
Roberts,
no,
let's get a
no.
different die. Purple die. 3 points.
And I have 4 cure light wounds. Before we go to bed, I cure light wound everybody up to if they need it.
Oh yeah,
Because I know people have been taking cold damage.
I need it.
Okay, we'll roll an 8-sided die for him. So here's one coming into you. It'll tell you how good it is.
7.
How many points of damage did you take?
I took 7.
There you go.
Okay, you're all healed up.
You need one? Alright, well,
Yeah, I have 27 health and I took 7 damage.
and it's 6 for Robert.
Anybody else
You never fell
down?
down a hole.
Anybody else need it?
I got 4 too.
You need,
No, I have 4 cure lights. I'm a priest. Father Time.
yeah.
Eric Time.
All right. So at this point, as you're trying to do that, this is you're going to have to.
Cleric. Yes. In a fight.
Even if you were trying to rest, it's going to get interrupted. Right?
Okay.
So we can, your spells are used up when this situation occurs. And at this point, what we have is I don't think I brought any big guys. So we have to.
Make them. Make them big.
We'll just stand on the table.
I need at night, one party member, you young lad, roll a 6-sided die. You don't want a low number, but whatever it is, it is.
I got 6.
All right. So okay. So as the night's here, we're gonna have to figure out. Well, Scott's obviously trying to sleep, so his character put him down. Put your character down. Okay, he's trying to sleep in this stuff that you've got. Desperately trying to the guards for the night.
I'll be one.
I'll do one.
Yeah, you say you two are number one. Who's the second guard?
I'll go second.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the third guard group. Well, he's down, so it's just by you. And hopefully Jeff will come back or whatever. Okay. All right. Well, it's in the first guard group anyway, so it's only you and which characters is yours?
I'm the little guy with the red cloak. Yep.
Okay. So these guys are all sleeping at this point, desperately, cuddling up for and not carrying anything because it's cold. People, it's amazing how many social mores change when people are desperate.
But before I go to sleep, could I try to adjust my lantern even in this even with these winds it wouldn't blow out?
If you want to have it on, you could try to light it because you'll be in. Because right now you guys have built up some snow walls, and I don't really.
No, I don't want to do it. No,
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to be sleeping along now. When we have a large thing come through, Scott, and it's coming into your camp like this out of the snow, and okay, about that far away when you see through the snow, and since there was a 6 rolled, I'll have both guards have seen this large, lumbering, like 18-foot tall dude with red hair
Oh no.
and a large axe. And a large axe coming through, and
He's not in a good place, is he?
Cool.
Well, I mean,
is he a cyclops?
no, red hair. That's a it's a frost type. It's just like, okay, think of the Frazetta poster with
Okay.
coating. Okay, so we'll have a big axe and whatever else like that here, and you hear him over and he bellows something in some really deep voice as he's charging in, roar, something like that. So I'm rolling his initiative. Now the people that are sleeping are not going to have a round this time.
Even with my sense of smell.
No, not the wind is, it's blowing too crazily at this point. So this is like a total surprise for you guys. Now you players will get your dexterity, you two that are up, and the giant has a 3, and the 2 players that are up, Robert's going to be rolling a 6-sided die as well.
3.
Okay.
Got 11 ones.
Okay, so it's a little slow here, but at this point, let's see if he wants to. Nope, it's gonna. So, at 3, you have a 3. He's here
Okay.
on 3. On 2, he's up right here by everybody.
On 3, I'm gonna try and get everybody up.
Okay, you're who are you?
I'm the other guy. I'm the closest one's to me.
Okay, so you're kicking on this wizard.
Yeah, wizard.
Okay, the wizard next time won't have the -2 on his initiative.
Okay.
And everybody else is going to have, and all this. So that's all you were doing. You weren't. Okay.
I mean, I pull out my mace and get up, get up, get up.
Okay, because at this point, at 2, geez. Let's see if he's. No. He's swinging at this character in green
Oh
on the
no.
ground.
No, that's me. That's a bad way to wake
Yeah.
It's your demise.
Good morning, good night.
And you're probably not going to be able to dodge it, so whatever he
No.
rolls,
It's almost for sure.
Yeah.
It's been really well timed.
We have to put it to the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a frost giant.
Oh, no.
Okay. And
Okay.
at this point, he's taking his two-handed axe, and you can see as you wake up, and he's getting ready to bury it into you.
Can I try to roll out of the way?
You could try. How much are you trying?
Pretty hard.
Well, yeah,
I'm trying.
there's one more question that I'd be asking you.
Okay.
Are you using a pivot point or not to
Oh.
escape?
This is your chance.
I'll use the pivot point, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So at this point, as you roll along, and I'll see. So as you're rolling, and he looks like he's facing towards you. Okay. And that's at 2. 1. Robert, you see him here. He's about 15 feet away from you at the fire area, and he's chasing after this young character. Tanisha, what kind of character are you again?
Fighter thief.
Okay, you're an elf.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yes, at this point we're giving you like the dwarven special or whatever else. It'd be the Three Stooges when the giant was trying to get him, and they're just going through the legs and all that. So you automatically that whole round you will have escaped. I haven't heard what you're doing at one, Robert. See, it's a giant.
He's gonna draw his long sword and charge it.
Yes, easily done. Go ahead and go ahead and.
Okay.
Okay. Now, your weapon is a cold weapon.
Okay, good. There's a broadsword on the front and a magic broadsword in the back.
It's the same.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a sword of cold, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just going to do its basic damage. It's not going
18,
to.
yeah.
It's not going to get any benefits at all. In fact, who knows? It might even be less. We'll see.
Maybe this is a monster though.
All right.
I
So.
don't think so.
So here he does. He does a swing at the monster, and he's going to tell me what AC he hits.
Which one are you looking for?
10,
Yeah.
9.
9 on a D20.
Oh.
He rolled a 18 on the 20.
Oh.
He's rolling a 9 on the 10.
Oh, the 10.
Damage.
Damage.
But why is it a 10? Is that what the broadsword does against larger man sized? I don't think so. I think it's like 2D4 or something.
No, it does high on a broadsword, like a D10 or a
Okay,
D12.
whatever. It says it's the second number on the back. On the damage there, it should list right where the sword is on the front. It'll say
I say broadsword,
smaller and then larger than man size.
2 to 7 for large for the broadsword.
Yeah, so it's a D6 plus 1 plus whatever the sword is.
Longsword's a D12, bad
Yes,
sword's
yeah.
2D8.
I don't, but then broadsword doesn't do as much.
4.
Okay, is that with the plus 1?
There's 5 in it.
And then, as well as that, there's
Strength.
the sword will go up to 6. And then what's your damage plus? Plus 3. 9. And then sadly, you're gonna roll 1d4 as well, and that's how much it heals. So you got 9 points with this cold sword. That's it.
Fixes him up a little bit.
Yeah. It's right in his eye.
3.
Oh my God.
3. Okay, 6 points of damage on this giant. Okay. Is it like soothes? Okay. Yes, young man.
Do any of us wake up?
Any of you, you're waking up next turn, and we're about ready to do that. That was the swings, but now everybody except for you here, or you have a -2 on your initiative, you might not go until next round.
No problem.
Okay.
So I'm not rolling on this, or?
Yeah, you are.